Hello, we're going to talk about cholesterol in this presentation. Why is it so important for us to know about cholesterol? You'll understand once you finish watching the two-part presentation. You're watching now the first part. Now in this presentation we will learn about the role of cholesterol in the body, the types of cholesterol, types of fats, because fats and cholesterol they sort of go hand in hand, effects of high blood cholesterol, and how to monitor blood cholesterol level, and what can be done to lower bad cholesterol and triglycerides, and what can be done to improve good cholesterol. Coming now to the point as to why cholesterol is so important for the human body. Think of cholesterol as it's a waxy, meaning it doesn't dissolve in water, lipid fat molecule, and it's absolutely essential for the formation of cell membrane. Now cells are the smallest units of organs, tissues, structures in the human body, and in order for the cell membrane to be permeable to certain substances and not let certain substances go past it, that membrane will need to have cholesterol in it. And cholesterol is absolutely essential for absorption of certain vitamins. It's important for the functioning of the nervous system and in the synthesis of various hormones that play an important role in the body functioning. Cholesterol in food is absorbed primarily from dairy products and animal fat, meaning that it is not present in plant foods. Cholesterol is absolutely not present in any plant foods. Keep that in mind. And I'd like the majority of cholesterol though in the human body is not from absorption to you why it is so important to, but it's actually formed in the body, primarily in the liver. We all know that there are different types of cholesterol, but the two important types that you will absolutely need to know about are the good and bad cholesterol. Good cholesterol, also known as HDL cholesterol, and bad cholesterol, also known as LDL cholesterol. Now cholesterol is not water soluble. In order for it to circulate in the bloodstream, it needs to be carried by a water soluble molecule, and that is the LDL or HDL molecule. So cholesterol doesn't change in chemical composition, but it behaves differently when carried by these two different molecules. LDL or bad cholesterol, basically this low density lipoprotein cholesterol will take cholesterol to all the tissues and supplies it to them for formation of different functions that we've discussed before, and this process happens of course through blood. Now if LDL cholesterol is present in high levels and the needs of the body are met already, what will happen is that the excess cholesterol will start getting deposited in the lining of the blood vessels, and this will cause the formation of plaque. Plaque is basically that cholesterol rich material that gets deposited in these blood vessels, causing blockages. These blockages will of course, once they progress, lead to a heart attack when there is a blockage to blood flow to the heart muscle, or a stroke when there is blockage to the blood flow to a portion of the brain. Now unfortunately these conditions are increasing at an alarming rate in the Indian population because of various reasons. HDL cholesterol, on the other hand, is basically the high density lipoprotein carrying cholesterol, which will take away all the excess cholesterol from the tissues and from the bloodstream back to the liver. So as you can imagine, once the cholesterol is removed, excess cholesterol is removed from the blood, the rate of plaque formation also goes down. Therefore, high levels of HDL cholesterol are beneficial. A pictorial depiction of what we've just discussed. Cholesterol being carried by HDL and LDL behaving differently. While LDL cholesterol leads to the formation of plaque, the HDL cholesterol takes away the excess cholesterol. Let's now learn some important facts about the blood. Back to the liver. There are good fats, bad fats, and in the next slide we'll talk about the very bad fats. Good fats are basically the fats that are liquid at room temperature, such as the commonly used oils in the kitchen, sunflower, safflower oils used in India, canola, olive oils mostly used in the Western countries, nut oils such as peanut oil, etc. To be eaten in moderation. If taken in large amounts, will raise the triglyceride and cholesterol levels in the body, but they tend to be beneficial to the human body if taken in small quantities. Bad fats can also be called saturated fats. Now these fats are in solid form at room temperature, such as palm oil, coconut oil, butter, ghee. Other examples of these saturated fats commonly found in diet: toned milk, which is 3% milk, paneer, cheese, margarine. Ice cream also has tons of saturated fat. Chocolate has it too, and coconut. Red meat, poultry and seafood in the animal food section. These fats are bad because they increase the level of LDL cholesterol in the body. As we know, this is the kind of cholesterol that helps build plaque in the blood vessels. Okay, this is a busy slide. There's quite a bit of information on this slide. We'll go over this in some detail. Very bad fats are also known as trans fats. Trans fats are in the news quite often these days for all the wrong reasons. Basically, these are partially hydrogenated vegetable oils. This is considered to be very bad for various reasons, and we'll go over that in a minute. Vanaspati oil, Vanaspati ghee is a trans fat, meaning a very bad fat. One very popular brand name of Vanaspati ghee in India is Dalda. And this is the kind of oil that is used for deep frying in various places, including street side stalls, cafes, restaurants. Also in bakeries, this is used quite often in preparation of cakes, cookies, puffs, pastries, sweets, etc. And when you eat any kind of dry snacks such as save, mixture, French fries, chips, keep in mind that there is a great likelihood that these are made with this kind of fat. It's used mainly because it is cheap, for one thing, and secondly, it increases the shelf life of food products, meaning once prepared, the food products tend not to get spoiled very easily. Another major disadvantage is that it can be reused many times. It is a disadvantage for people consuming this fat, but an advantage for people making stuff with it, because it does not spoil easily like the other kinds of oils. It's extremely dangerous for two reasons. For one, it increases the bad cholesterol level considerably, and not only that, it unfortunately also lowers the good cholesterol. So it actually strikes in two different ways in increasing the risk for the formation of plaque. As expected, when it's consumed frequently and often, there is a very high risk for heart disease, stroke, and other organ damage. Try and always say no to very bad fats. That's the best approach to take. Difficult, but necessary. And in Western countries, a lot of restaurants and fast food places have been actually mandated by the government not to use trans fats. or these partially hydrogenated oils at all in their cooking. Okay, coming now to triglycerides. Simply remember, triglycerides is the most common form of fat in the human body. Pretty much all the fat that we carry in the fat stores within ourselves is in this form. Some examples of high triglyceride content foods are sweets, bakery items of any kind, any fried food, oily curries, fried snacks, and red meat, as well as overeating in general. It doesn't have to be fatty foods, it's just increased calorie intake more than what we need will cause the formation of excess triglyceride in the body, leading to buildup of fat, which of course will lead to weight gain and obesity. And being overweight or obese will certainly increase the risk of getting diabetes and many other diseases that we have talked about in the topic obesity. High levels of triglycerides are also bad for the heart and other organs. And the way to know if you have high triglycerides in your system or not is to get a fasting lipid profile test that we're going to talk about in a few minutes. What are the dangers of high cholesterol? We've already talked about some major issues. The most important thing to keep in mind is that high bad cholesterol or triglyceride level will not cause any symptoms. Absolutely no symptoms at all. The only way to know is if you get the test done. And that test is a fasting lipid profile test. The combination of high bad cholesterol and high triglycerides will increase the risk for a heart attack or a stroke manyfold. We've talked about the plaque formation, and which in turn can lead to blockages in the arteries that supply blood to these organs. Of course, it's not just the heart or the brain. These high levels can actually lead to blockages to blood flow in other organs such as the kidneys and other tissues, leading to organ damage. Unfortunately, if you were to take a sampling of the Indian population and check their lipid profile, you will notice that a common trend is a high triglyceride level in combination with low HDL level, which of course is extremely bad in terms of increasing the risk for life-threatening health conditions. I'm sure you have plenty of questions by now. You say, I have high cholesterol and or triglycerides. What should I do now? Or am I at risk for heart disease because of my cholesterol or triglyceride level? What do I need to do? Do I have to get any tests done on a regular basis? Do I need to take any medicines? What should I ask my doctor? We're going to answer some of these questions in the second part of this presentation. Thanks for watching.